Let's add two more components to our app, a board component and a square component. The game component will contain the board component, and in turn, the board component will contain the square component. Each component is a building block in our app. Since we will be adding two new components, we will use inline styles to more clearly differentiate the components from each other. In JavaScript, we can create an object containing the styles that we want to add to a component. For example, we want to change the background color and add some margin and padding to our game component. Note that we camel case and remove hyphens from attribute names in JavaScript, as we have done with background color, and wrap values that are strings in quotes, like the color value salmon. We can omit the pixel unit for margin and padding, as it is the default. Add the GameStyles object to our game component. This is done by first adding a style property to the JSX div tag. The style property is followed directly by an equals sign in JSX. The equals sign is then followed directly by a pair of curly braces. We can refer to these curly braces after a property as a JSX container. Inside the JSX container, we can put any valid JavaScript expression. Finally, put the GameStyles variable inside the JSX container. Save your changes to see the browser update. Instead of putting the GameStyles variable inside the JSX container, we can put in the entire GameStyles object, so we don't need a separate variable declaration. Save the file to see that this has the same effect. We can now delete the GameStyles declaration. Next, add a board component above the game component. Add some inline styles to the board. Now, render the board component within the game component. We have composed the board component within the game component. We can also say that the board component is a child of the game component. Next, add a square component above the board component. Add some inline styles to the square component. Now, render the square component within the board component. Save and view the outcome in the browser. We can clearly see our three components and the hierarchical relationship among them.